This meeting is being recorded.
I'm sure you all know what I'm going to talk about tonight.
Okay.
We have our hostages back, the live ones. The deceased hostages are not back yet. And they say that's going to be quite a process because they don't know where they are. They have to search for them. In the meantime, Hamas, as you've all seen on the news, is executing Gazans. This is what happened when Israel pulled out. Now, there's been many commentaries. A gentleman by the name of Hillel Fold, I've seen his name a few times, and somebody sent me an email where he says, I love the deal, and I hate the deal. I love the fact that we got our hostages back and we have peace. I hate the fact that we have to send all those terrorists who murdered people back without any type of retribution or any type of redemption. I like the fact that we're getting rid of Gaza. I hate the fact that now these people once again have a stronghold. But here's the big thing that people are saying. I say people, just a handful of people. People like, do you know the name Noah Tishby? She's on social media a lot. She is an American actress, Israeli born, and she is the unofficial ambassador from Israel to the United States on Jewish relations and anti-Semitism. And she brought this up, and other people like Ken Mazik, who's also an activist, a Jewish activist, sergeant in the army, and he talks a lot. Mark Ruffalo, right? You all know who he is? Actor?
Yeah.
Okay. Phoenix, what's his first name? Not River, the other one. What is it? Joaquin Phoenix. Okay. Javier Bardem, Penelope Cruz, the Jewish woman, I don't know her name, I don't care to, that got the Emmy for her participation in the show Hacks. Where are they? Where are they going on about what Hamas is doing to their people, shooting them in cold blood because they are suspected? No accusations, no trial, no judge, no defense. They are putting them in the streets and they are shooting, they are executing them in the town square. Where is the outrage? They are silent. It has been suggested by some news media that this was never about freedom for Palestine or for the Gazans. It was about Jew hating, plain and simple. Because if it wasn't, these people would be dancing in the streets, and they're not. They're silent. The 4,000 celebrities in the media in Hollywood that signed a letter saying they don't want to work with Israeli actors or producers, where are they? Why aren't they celebrating the victory? Why aren't they calling on Hamas to disarm and let a civilian government run the country and let it do what it was supposed to do, which is take the resources that was given to it, and instead of financing five-star hotel penthouse rooms in Qatar, and the proper pronunciation, by the way, is Qatar. Semitic words are accented on the back. Qatar. Or building tunnels so that Hamas can go there when Israel is counteracting their attacks, leaving the Gazan citizens above to be trapped in the rubble. Where is the outrage? Now, next week, and I'm typically ahead a week on my parshas preparing, is the parsha of Noah. Now, at the end of this week's portion, we find out why God sent a flood to wipe out humanity. And the reason is because of the robbery that was being committed. You know what the Hebrew word for robbery is? Take a wild guess. It's a word you've been hearing a lot over the last 2 years. Believe it or not, it's Hamas.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's the word for, now, I think the terror group, they spell it with an extra aleph in there. But the word Hamas means robbery. And what was the robbery? Robbery is when you steal something from a person. You meet them in the street, you hold them up, I believe the proper term is mugging, and you take an object of theirs right off their body. That's robbery. Burglary is when you sneak into their house and take something they don't know, okay? But robbery is that. So it wasn't just robbery. If you read the end of the Parsha Bereshit, you will see a sentence that's a bit controversial a little bit. The sons of Elohim, B'nai Elohim, took the daughters, Batot, Adam, of men. Now, Elohim, a lot of people said, oh, see, angels, and they mated with a human woman, and we had hybrids of some kind. But the word Elohim has other meanings besides angels or gods or generic gods. It can also mean judges. When we talk of God, Adonai Elohim, we talk about the attributes of mercy, Adonai, and justice, Elohim. You can't have mercy without justice. People do whatever they want. You're forgiven no matter what you do. You can't have judgment without mercy, or else people be sentenced to death for the littlest thing. So you need both. But Elohim can mean judges. Back then, who were the judges? It were the kings and the princes of their tribes, which means that their sons, who were born with silver spoons in their mouth and thought they could do anything because, quite frankly, they could, they took whatever woman they want. That's what they were doing. And God said, we can't have this. This is garbage. What do you think Hamas has been doing over the last 2 years, 3 years? That's exactly what they've been doing. They've been kidnapping people. Now, where's the rest of the world? Where's the International Criminal Court that said if Netanyahu leaves Israel, we're going to arrest him? Yeah, good luck with that. The hopeful mayor of New York City, this guy Mamdani, I don't know how you feel about him, but he's also said if Netanyahu steps foot in New York for any reason, he's going to arrest him. Good luck. Good luck with that. Not going to happen. But all this rhetoric, they are still accusing Jews of genocide, of Israelis of genocide. Does anybody know what happened at Claremont College the other day? I happened to see this. And I talked to the Hillel rabbi over there, Rabbi Grunwald, if anybody was over in, where did we have the Ami Shalom? Yeah. And where was that? It was in Covina? Covina. Okay. He was there. So they invited one of the hostage survivors to talk at the college. And the talk was interrupted by 4 masked, they think they were students, who started harassing the Jewish students that were there. And the hostage, like he hadn't been through enough. Now it's all over again. Masked, harassing them. And fortunately, Claremont College is looking into it, and they're going to find the people that did it, and they're going to discipline them. Still going on. War's over. War's over. All these countries are coming in. They're going to make sure that Gaza does what it's supposed to do, which is become a Mediterranean Riviera. That the money that's being donated is not going to go in the pockets of these terrorists that want to live high on the hog, forgive my pun, but it's going to go to the people to build a society. And they'll be so busy building a society, they'll forget that they hate Jews. But that's what's going on. And guess what I think is going to happen? The world is seeing the truth. They are seeing the truth. I am still convinced that most of the people out there know what's going on. They see how Israel was attacked. And they see that these people on college campuses that have nothing else to do with their lives but sit in tents all day, and get, I don't know what's happening to their grades, but they see this. Right? They see this. And they're going to rebel. And they're going to say no more. And you're going to start seeing in this country the results of that. You're going to see a much hardened look. And you're going to see these people lose sympathy. Now, maybe some people who are on the side of Hamas And I'm not gonna say on the side of Palestine, I think we can agree that we're all on the side of the Gazans, the innocent ones that are getting killed. We're all on their side. We wanna see them thrive and have a great society. You know, it's the terrorists we want out of there. And the Arab world wants them out of there too. I'll tell you, I don't know what I think Europe's getting pie in their face. And they're gonna turn around and they're gonna be very embarrassed seeing what's going on. Because at first, nobody was reporting it, and now they're starting to show scenes of people getting killed. And the world is going to turn, like it always does. I'm convinced. So, as you know, I don't like to end sermons on a sour note. I like to end them on a note of hope and positivity. Unfortunately, we've had martyrs. And the world, I believe, is going to turn. They're going to be sympathetic, and I think we're going to see better treatment of Jews going forward when they see who the real perpetrators are. And it's really sad that it had to come to this, that this is what it took. But unfortunately, and hopefully God will be like, I got the rainbow up there, it's cool, and you guys settle it, and I think that's what's going to happen. So let's support each other. Let's support the people that are coming up against hate. And together we'll make a better world. We will. And we'll get rid of people that terrorize people.